My name is Brianna Medina, and I am 22 years old. Growing up, I've always been a really active kid. I started playing soccer when I was 4 years old. After I graduated high school, I received a scholarship to continue my soccer career into the collegiate level. So I played there for 2 seasons, and in 2014, I was hit head on by a drunk driver. My mom took really good care of me, obviously, but I needed to move on with my life. So I decided to move 5 hours north and start going to school at the University of Mississippi. Through that, I just started transforming a ton. I started becoming not necessarily a new person, but a new version of myself. Everyone thought, it's a pretty big shock to go from being a running, kicking, jumping person to being very fragile and physically disabled. Both my mom and my psychologist mentioned kind of the void in my life that was missing, and it was all my athletics. And that is when I first decided to start working out and start doing things in the gym. The first time I met Frankie was the first training. He didn't even stop to talk to me and to ask me what's wrong or anything. He seriously treated me like any other person trying to work out and was like, all right, let's do it. Let's hit mitts. Let's do this and this and this. And the coolest part about Frankie was his ingenuity, his creativity was amazing. I get so much out of it, not only physically, but mentally as well. I mean, from where I started to now, I've gained so much confidence in myself and gained so much strength. I think Frankie and I were actually reminiscing a few days ago about how I could barely lift a 10-pound weight. And the other day I was pressing 50s. It was my favorite thing that he didn't treat me like I was in a wheelchair. He literally didn't shelter me. He didn't be like, oh, if you're hurting, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. He doesn't care. He will put stuff in front of me, and if I tell him I can't do it, he's like, well, you're going to try. Working with him has been pretty freaking amazing. I really like how he always incorporates walking. Walking with those KFO braces that I have is really important for my health. It's really important to get blood circulation, and it's really important to put weight on your bones because I'm at such a high risk for osteoporosis and blood clots. I love hitting mitts. I think it's so much fun, even though it's so hard and I'm sweating so much when I'm doing it. It's such a fast-paced workout that you don't even realize how much you're doing until the timer goes off and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm exhausted. It's crazy to see the difference and the change that boxing, working out, and Frankie have made in my life.